Hi everyone, I'm Julie.
Hi, I'm Daniela, and we're Sister Mediums. Thank you so much for joining us on this new channel that we have. This is really new to us. We clearly are just kind of throwing ourselves out there and trying to answer all the questions that you guys have. We get a ton of messages in our DMs in relation to mediumship, spirit, how we read, when we read. You want to know a lot about us, and that's great. We love that, but we can't possibly put it in these
1-minute videos on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, because we also talk a lot too. So last night we posed questions on Instagram and we said, what do you want to know from us? So aside from obviously hearing about us, which we'll put into another video because it's kind of lengthy, about how we started and how you can get started, we got a lot of information or questions referring to spirit signs and how you can recognize the signs. We also recognize that there's two different ways to get them. There are the universal signs as well as people who get personalized ones. So we'll kind of just sit here both and, chime into the ones that we know that are popular for people, okay? So universal, feather. This is the first thing that always comes to mind for us when we're talking about spirit. Yeah, we have our feathers. I'm like, Shira. No, I'm talking about the feather here.
And most of you know that the feather is our logo, right?
That's right. I know, I wasn't even thinking. Our feather's our logo. Our feather is us. It's always kind of been us. But it's because that's what is representative spirit. You think of feathers, you think of angels, you think of just that light, airy feeling. That's how we feel when we're with spirit.
It's the mystical being around the feather, but also the feather is the one tangible item that connects heaven and earth.
Yeah.
And so it's really special.
We love it. So aside from if you get feathers, which if you do, we always tell you, thank your spirit, thank your spirit guides, your angels, because everyone's coming to bring you this stuff. They work really hard to do it. Dimes, well, before dimes was pennies, and pennies went out of circulation, so it kind of seems to be dimes more than pennies, but that's a universal sign. When you catch a dime, you see it on the ground, pick it up, it's from them. We actually have something really cool that we just did this week. If those of you don't know, we carry some products. We have our own Sister Medium's signature products, and we did our honor candle. So the honor candle, once it's burnt out, most people just recycle the glass. And for us, we actually cleaned it out, threw it in the dishwasher, and it came out really great with the stickers all still on it. So it was fantastic. Cute little apothecary lid. And we decided that we were going to put our dimes in there. So that's the new repurposed kind of thing to do with your candle when it's finished burning out.
It's a great way for you guys to show how often spirit's leaving you signs and symbols, but also a nice way to honor what you're getting, and a great reminder on those days when you say, I wish that spirit was with me, or I'm missing my loved ones. You look over and a year's gone by and you have about 40 dimes in there. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, it's awesome. So we're looking forward to see how many we have by the end of the year. So far we've got 2 in there. And that's just literally been in the last few days of January. So another big sign that people get, butterflies and dragonflies. They're a huge universal sign. When you see them, we always say to people, thank your spirit guides, thank your loved ones for sending you those. Numbers are a huge one. When we get 111, 1111, 222, 333, like sequences of numbers.
Yeah.
I know people want to know the meanings of these numbers, and there's way too many for us to be able to give you. You can always Google. There are some great sites that have some really great numerology information. Dorian Virtue also has a book called Angel Numbers, which is very concise. It's a great book. We use it often, and really just puts into perspective what those numbers are and why they've changed for you. And they relate to where you are at in your life at that time. So they're really good. There's always meaning to them. What else? Numbers, butterflies, feathers, pennies, dimes. Yeah. Those are pretty much the
most
main,
common ones.
Yeah, most common. But personalized messages that you get and signs that you get are obviously a deeper connection and a deeper meaning. And usually those don't come until you get these universal signs. And once you've been getting all these universal signs for quite some time, you'll move to some pivotal signs that you're like, wow, that's them.
Yeah.
So I'll let Julie explain that.
You'll begin to expand your library of knowledge. For example, a cardinal would be representative of fathers. And we always say it's really up to each person individually what you choose to recognize as a personal sign. And as long as you're acknowledging and asking your loved ones to repeat that sign for confirmation, it's your symbol and it's your sign to keep. But in keeping with what we wanted to discuss as far as recognizing signs and feeling spirit around you, once you start getting the synchronicity of getting the butterfly often, the dragonfly often, seeing the synchronicity and the numbers being repetitive on the clock and that sort of thing, you'll want to start to hone in on the feelings that your body is giving you, the common sensations that you get when you sense energy around you. And the most common feelings are feeling like flush around your cheeks, sometimes a tingling up in your crown area. The other thing is some people feel a sensation up their arms, blowing on the back of their neck. These are all signs that spirit and that energy are around you. But I would say that the most common ones that people tend to recognize are the scent of smoke, the scent of perfume, and the scent of florals. Also flickering of the lights and manipulating, children's toys. People are always asking us, do they really flicker the lights on enough? Yes, they absolutely have the ability to do that. We can't tell you how many times, and I know that all of our clients are witness to this, we ask people to turn their phones on silent, or we ask people to turn them off, and the next thing you know, they're vibrating, they're ringing, and Spirit's got something to say. The big thing is acknowledging it, and acknowledging it. Because when you do and you're able to say, Mom, is that your perfume? I smell you. I really feel your presence around me. Thank you for coming. The more that you do that, the more you acknowledge them being around you, the more that they're going to come. And then those signs get bigger and bigger and bigger. When our clients say to us, we can't believe what you and Daniela get. Don't think that we didn't start at the beginning either, because we did.
We've evolved for sure.
Yeah, and everybody has to start somewhere. So please be patient. And just understand that no matter how small that sign is, it's your feeling in your heart. And if your heart's telling you, hey, that's from my mom, my dad, my cousin, my friend, my loved one, you take it, you believe it, and you acknowledge it.
Yeah, absolutely. We probably still talk too fast. We know this. We're just trying to blurt out so much so quickly. But that's kind of the quick little version of how to recognize spirit signs. We want to be able to leave you with an exercise that you can do. It's something that we tell our clients a lot. Many of them have tried it. Many people have succeeded and told us that's the most amazing thing. I'm going to keep doing it. And then we have clients who we haven't even told this, and they're like, you know what? It's really weird because I've been noticing a certain name everywhere, and it happens to be my grandfather's name or my grandmother's name. And that's really the exercise that we give you. So
it's like the name test.
Yeah, and you know what? It's really interesting because you're putting it out there and you're putting the parameters to what it is you want to see. It's not just by chance that you happen to find a feather on the, floor in front of you walking into your house, or seeing a dime in the baseboard. This is you saying, I want you to show this to me. I want you to help me understand that you hear me and that you're going to give me this sign.
You know what I thought of? Maybe the reason why we keep getting dimes so much is because we're always telling people, we usually don't get dimes.
Well, that was really,
don't get them.
But
and
that
now
was really the case.
We're getting them.
They prove you wrong. I mean, I know for me specifically, yours is becoming even more now, but it was about a year ago that I said that to a client, and I said, there's a universal sign, it's dimes, and I don't usually get it. Yeah. And no sooner did I say that, they're like, what do you mean you don't get it? We're going to give them to you. So I've been getting dimes and dimes and dimes. So
and the feathers is what has been coming to me more often.
Yeah. And it's
interesting.
It's amazing.
It's pretty beautiful, though.
Because they come in different forms, right?
Yeah.
And it's in the places you would never expect them. We're not talking about finding a dime in your car or a dime in your wallet or a dime near you. It's having it in the spots that you don't expect. So back to our exercise. Think of a name, okay? Now, we always say, try not to pick the most common name like
Mary or Joe.
Mary. Just happen to be our parents' names. But look for
Rocco. That's a great name.
A different name. Now, maybe not if you're in Woodbridge, because if you live in Woodbridge, Canada, you know that Rocco's going to be a more popular name. But pick a name, something like... We always Orlando. That's a great one.
Yeah,
our friend actually has a grandfather with that name, and
we asked her to do this.
Yeah, and it happened for her. Yeah, that's fantastic. I think we even posted in our stories.
We did post about this. She was on vacation,
but it's basically putting it out there and saying, "Okay, I need to see the name Orlando 3 times over the next week. How are you going to show it to me?" Now it is up to you to take a look and. You can't just sit there and go, okay, I hope it's going to fall in my lap. It's not going to. But you do need to be aware and you have to have your eyes open. So taking a look at license plates, looking at trucks that are going by and what does it say on it? Does it say Orlando's Fruit Market? All of a sudden you happen to be on Instagram and you get an ad for Orlando flights for, I don't know, $1.99 for that week. There's your Orlando 3 times. You could be watching TV and
it will come to you.
The end credits come up and all of a sudden the TV pauses and you happen to see Orlando. You've got to pay attention to the signs. It could be a newsletter, a newspaper. It could be 1,000 things that come your way.
I'm looking for something real quick while you do that.
Okay. So, and it will come and it's happened. I mean, even for us 1,000 times over. What are you looking for?
So if I can find it really quick, I'll pull it up. And if I can't, I can't. Some of you may already know, but I got a puppy last week and we named him Maverick. And Daniela sent me this cool t-shirt the night before we got him that had somebody's name on it. And then in a heart, it said Maverick. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the post you sent me. Anyhow, she said, how synchronistic is this? This is confirmation that you are getting your puppy tomorrow. And I thought, okay, that's pretty awesome. Well, yesterday I was out cleansing a house and I literally pulled over because if you can see that, can you guys see that?
Hang on.
The street name is Maverick. And I was like, that's awesome. So even when it's something like that and it has to do with a dog or it has to do with your pet, anything, it's just putting it out there. And in all honesty, it's just, again, it's about the acknowledgement of it. And when you acknowledge it, it'll keep happening over and over and over for you.
Did I tell you that? About the Maverick sign with Top Gun? Did I even tell you that?
No.
No, see, I didn't even tell her. So I have it somewhere on my phone too, but what ended up happening was, and I'm just telling her now, because why not? I didn't know she was going to bring this up about Maverick, but what ended up happening was the day that she got the dog, and she actually did bring the puppy to my house to surprise her kids, that same night we were sitting watching TV, and of course a family of 4 with 2 boys, and everybody wants to watch Transformer movies, and I'm like, let's watch something else, guys.
Oh, and they finally saw Top Gun.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
They didn't watch the whole thing. What happened was it was just playing in the background, and they were kind of like, oh, we don't feel like watching this. We're not in the mood for this tonight. And all of a sudden I look and I went, oh my God, look at their locker room. And on the locker room, it had the tag that said Maverick. And I'm like, oh my God, look, there's another sign for her today. I didn't even tell her because for us, it's so synchronistic. Yeah. It comes up all the time, every day, in every which way. Now our signs intertwine with each other. It's not even just her sign anymore or mine. Yeah. They're our signs. So it's pretty great. So do not forget to ask Spirit for that. Try this exercise. Comment below. Let us know what you think. Have you tried it? Did it work for you? Sometimes it might take longer than a week. I mean, give it time.
Even a month. A month is a good timeline. It's not asking too much, but at the same time, it's giving time for you to get out, especially if you're somebody who doesn't have anything on your agenda in a week. Well, the likelihood of you getting Orlando and being at home is slim to none. But if you're out there and you're asking the universe for it to be brought to you in different signs in different places, you're going to get that.
Yeah, they'll do that. So that said, just subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss these videos. We're going to keep posting them.
Yeah. Some of the other things that you guys asked about, and we just want to be able to acknowledge what everybody, the feedback everybody left us, was you wanted to know the difference between visitations and dreams. We will definitely acknowledge this. Another big one was, how do you connect to your spirit guide, or how do you know who your guide is? These are all going to be separate videos that we address along the way, only because they can get lengthy in content. But rest assured that we will bring them to you moving forward.
Yeah. And for anyone who's gotten this far in our video, thank you for still watching, because we'll never know who's going to shut it off. If you did, smart move, because we got a bonus for you. So, sorry, I got this little cough thing happening, throat chakra speaking. It is January, so beginning of the month, we talked about intention setting. We don't necessarily make resolutions. Resolutions are usually something that has that problem that's meant to be broken. Yeah. It means there's an issue. And with us, it's intention setting means there's a goal you want to get to, and you're going to put the plan in place to make it happen. Yep. So, for anyone who stayed this far, and I'm trying to kind of show you what this is. This is our self-care monthly wellness goals, okay? So we've mapped out 12 months. It's just a really simple form, but it's just the tool that's going to help you get set into what it is that you want to do for this year. We are going to be adding this as a download on our newsletter. So if you go to our website, www.sistermediums.com, please click at the bottom for subscription to our newsletter. And mid-month, we are going to be sending this out to everyone who has subscribed. I'm going to try to hold it up here so that it's there we go.
The other one that's coming along with this is a second download, and it is this one. It's Goal Setting and Intention Guide, and I'm not going to, go through the entire thing with you, but what it is just a simple layout to help you get started. It'll focus on your goal, your action steps for achieving it, something that's going to be a motivator for you. what might be standing in your way. And the big thing there is giving yourself a timeline and not saying, I have to get this done by that time, but realistically setting a timeline for yourself to achieve those goals.
Yeah. Now, with the 12-month goal, it is about wellness. This one here is really just for fun. It's about making sure that you are creating time for yourself, self-wellness, self-love, self-worth. This is only going to come from taking time for you. Yes. So it's about jotting down the book I want to read this month. It's about jotting down this month in January. I'm going for a massage.
Yeah, I want to spend time in nature.
Yes, I'm going to the spa this month here with my friends. Here I'm going away on a weekend date with my husband or my wife, whatever the case may be. I think that if we set these small goals for us, it's really cool to be able to check them off, and at the end of the year, see how far you've come.
It's a guide to just set you up for success.
Yeah, we love it. So subscribe to our YouTube, subscribe to our newsletter. You will get these free guides that we're going to add onto the newsletter in a PDF form. You can just print them out, or you can, I guess, do them on your computer. That's it. As usual, blessings on blessings from both of us. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.